Good morning, leaders.
Good
Thank you
morning.
so. Good morning. Thank you
Good
so much
morning.
for attending this makeup court, because it's a very important step for us to lead the team. Before that, we need to know what we have to do as a leader. So I believe some of them have not attended the makeup court, first court club officers training, and now we have got an opportunity to attend and more. And this group is special because it's a small group, so we can really have an interactive session. And I can see DTM Priscilla here, Toastmaster Asha and Toastmaster Ilangovan, and some of them are very experienced Toastmaster. They can help me, and Toastmaster Soha. They all can give their input also when we go through the roles and responsibilities of a president. And I am Sunita Rehu. Two-time I have had the opportunity to be the president of two different clubs. And one club is a very vibrant and experienced club with the experience of Toastmasters, with the 25 years of experience Toastmasters. And when I was a president, 5 of them were past president. So you can understand the plight of my being an executive officer. And another club, I was the only person experienced, all others are new. So it's a two different experience, two different learnings. This throughout this, I will try to explain some of the challenges I faced, and how a district or area division senior members help me to overcome. So shall we start? Thank you.
Yes, please.
The screen is visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes. As I told you, what is our role as a president? What I understood is the leader is the one out of clutter brings simplicity, out of discord brings harmony, out of difficulties sees opportunities. This, when you go through the process as a leader, as a problem solver, as a cheerleader of your club, you will understand how valid these points are. So in this particular session, we are planning to cover 3 areas. One is, what is a president? What is a president's role and president's responsibilities? And what are all the resources available for us to sail through this particular challenging role? So the objective of the session is also saying, identify your role as a president and how to fulfill your responsibilities and how effectively use the resources to solve or face the challenges. So let me ask you the first question. Who is the president? Can anyone tell me who is the president or who is a leader? The quote I gave is my perspective.
Chief
Now you
Executive
can
Officer.
give. Yes.
Chief Executive Officer of the club.
Chief Executive Officer of the club. Okay.
In any club.
Okay.
Good. Any other views?
He guides everyone.
He guides everyone, including the executive committee as well as the members. Any other views?
He's the leader, so he leads the team.
He leads the team. So all are correct. But more than that, he has to be a cheerleader. He has to be the motivator. He has to be the problem solver. So all these areas, the president, he or she will face during this 1 year time. It's not change. So president role, it doesn't start on July 1st. It starts before that, when we have been elected and the installation ceremony is over. Maybe in most of the clubs, it will get over in June 1st week or second week. That time itself, the president role starts. How it starts? How the person has to deal inside the club meeting, how he has to behave, how he has to observe, how he has to listen inside the club meeting, outside the club meeting, and during the executive committee meeting. So in all these level or in all this dealing, you will find a very key factor, that is a person's ability to deal with people. That is very, very important. More than the subject knowledge, it is important to know what is your rule says, what is a parliamentary procedure, how to handle, how to deal with each problem as per procedure. But more than that, there is one thing is needed, is the human touch, or a ear to listen to the problem, or kind of patience to handle all the members. These are all the key skills you will learn when you take up this role as a president. There are, as I told you, before the meeting, after the meeting, and during the executive committee meeting. How are we going to deal with each problem? So before the meeting, what are all the things will happen? Can anyone tell? What is the ideal club meeting?
Having the agenda in place and having all the role players properly placed.
Properly placed. So whose responsibility is this to do fill all the roles? And
Vice President Education.
Vice President Education. It is only the Vice President Education responsibility, or the President has any role to play in this?
He has an oversee responsibility over the Vice President
President.
Education.
Okay. So primarily the responsibility lies with the VP Education. It is very important for the President also get involved in that. How the kind of problems will come, because there will be an induction ceremony. So the President has to coordinate with the VP membership to find out that whether is there any induction ceremony or not, and whether the member has been assigned any mentee, and whether the details have been given to the new member to join. These kind of things have to be spoken with the VP membership. And any roles are not filled, and VP Education is finding it very difficult to fill any roles. It is the President has to step in to find out some resources from all his contact or networking skills and all, to bring people to attend the meeting. So during the agenda preparation time also, President needs to talk with the VP Education or a VP membership or any other program. You are scheduling any speechcraft or YLP program, and the coordinators are they need some kind of a help from the President. So before the club meeting itself, all these things had to be decided, discussed with the executive committee members or the person concerned, so that the agenda is set clearly before the meeting begins. So upon arrival at the meeting, what are all the things the President has to take care of? And during the club meeting also, what are all the things the President need to take care of will be discussed now. So as I told you, before setting the agenda, we need to talk to it's a President and the Vice President Educations are like two eyes, because they need to work in collaboration. They need to have a very good understanding. We should not leave everything to VP Education to achieve the 6 DCP points. The President has to be there to give the support to the VP Education also, because sometimes the person who has taken the VP Education role and then come as a president would know the difficulties of filling all the roles and making the people to complete their project assignments, whatever the levels, then to achieve a DCP point, it's a real struggle. So it is our paramount important to support the VP education in wherever the person, VP education is struggling to fill the role or to, motivating the member to complete their projects. So it is our responsibility to step in and guide the VP education in achieving the DCP program or for the regular club meeting also. And to plan the business portion. How to plan the business session? As we always say, the meeting has to start on time to end on time. This is the very important thing we need to follow, and it is the importance of the president also to see that we always start on time and end on time. This is the first thing. And second thing is we need to see that whether the agenda is properly set. All the members are going to attend. This is VP education role, yes, of course, but we should not leave it only to the VP education. At least we can make a phone call to the VP education to know that is there any dropout at the last moment? You need any kind of a help? Whether we need to bring in somebody as a backup from other club, all these things the president should also get involved and find out. And the business portion, what are the things we are going to discuss on that particular day in the business session? Are we going to announce any new members a level completion? Are we going to announce any special event? Are we going to say that appreciate a new member any member is taking any role outside our club, like area, district, or division, or any new schemes or the awards date to be met? All those things have to be decided and taken note so that there will be any confusion during the business session of it. Some clubs will have the business session at the beginning of the meeting, immediately after the presidential speech, and some clubs will have the business portion after the break, after 1 hour. So whatever be your club culture, we need to know that these are all the things we are going to discuss that has to be inform the executive committee in their group so that all the members are prepared. What are we going to discuss on that business session? And please don't forget to ask the other member, are there any other business? Do you have anything else to convey during the business session? So some clubs will allot 10 minutes for the business session. Some may allot 15 minutes for the business session. But see to that it is conducted as per the parliamentary procedure. Each one, suppose the club is planning to have any special meeting outside the club in a hotel and one person is opposing. No, that is not possible. We need to have an online meeting and all. As per the TI procedure, as per the democratic procedure, the majority vote will win and the minority to be heard. So we need to listen to their concern also, and we need to tactfully handle the situation. Why are we going for a physical celebration? Why it is appreciable to hear that person's view also. So these are all the skills or the conflict solving or to convince somebody to accept your views in a very positive way plays a very important role when we take up the position as a president. I hope up to this you're all with me. Any doubts you can ask me. Otherwise, I will go to the next. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So upon arrival at the club meeting, so what we are telling, so as I told you, after some meeting, suppose your meeting starts at 4:30, the president herself is arriving at 4:30. Is it good for the club?
No, should
No.
be there 10 minutes
So,
before.
15
at
minutes
least.
before the
Meeting.
Yes,
Yeah.
15 minutes before,
Meeting
even the
start.
sergeant at arms or the general evaluator
Hmm.
arrive, the president should be there with a smiling face. Because as I told you, president is a face of the club. Your face is there in the district 20 committee or area council, and some new member or the guest will look up to you And you don't talk to anyone. You're going and sitting at one corner and looking at the paper. Now only you're going to prepare your presidential speech or writing down the business portion, what I'm going to, without even looking at the guest, how the guest would feel, or how the new member would feel. So this is the reason we need to prepare everything in advance. We need to clear our portion very 100% clear with all the documents, whatever we want to discuss, and then come there with a pleasing smile and with a welcoming disposition. So that would definitely create a positive impact to the new member, to the old experienced member, as well as the person, guest who is coming. So I will tell you the first why when I joined my club. When I went there, I went with my 2-year-old child because I didn't even know that how the meeting would be conducted, how we need to go. I went with my child. There, the president, I still remember her face. She came up to me, she smiled at me, she spoke to me, and very politely. See, this is a meeting. People would be come with prepared speeches, and my child was crying. And she said, "Is it possible for you to give this? Ask your husband to take care of the child." Because the way she spoke, the way she communicated, I understood the importance of attending meeting with proper concentration. And throughout, after that also, she called me. She asked me, even during the meeting also, she called how I felt the meeting. And after meeting also, she called. It was not pushing, please join our club, please join our club. Not like that. The way she communicated made me to join that club. And she used to have a kind of thing, even a new member taking a general role like accountant, timer, or any other role beginning, immediately she would call and appreciate, or during the meeting also she would call and appreciate, and any constructive feedback she would write in a neat, beautiful words and give it to them. That will make you to come back again and again to the club and take up more roles. So that should be the attitude of the president. Like a mother, you have 4 or 5 children, each one will have a different kind of attitude, temperament, but it is the parents or the mother have a kind of a bonding to all the children, so that all of them come back every time. Whatever the problem they have, they can have the freedom to give a call and tell you. So to have all those things, we should always remember that though we are the president, we are not the leader, not an authoritative leader. We have been given that opportunity to lead by example. We are just first among the equals. When we have this mentality, we will never have any kind of conflict with the executive committee or with any of the members. So greeting the guest is very important. And if you have a snack break or something, take a cup of tea and go and give it to them and ask them how you feel. Like treat them like your mehman, like Atiti Devo Bhava. That should be the attitude. We need to treat them like a guest coming to our house. So that will go a long way, So they will remember that how we treat them when they visit for the first time. So the meeting starts. We need to call the meeting to order with gavel. So the meeting is on. Then we need to adopt the agenda. We have already discussed with the VP Education. Maybe some last minute dropout would be there, role change would be there. That has to be adopted. So somebody has to propose and somebody has to pass the second agenda also. Then introduce the guest. If any apologies, VP Education or Executive Committee member will give their names so that the secretary would note down. Then give a president address. It should not be a long 5 or 10 minute story taking from any Google and come and give the story for 5 to 10 minutes. No, it should be very crisp, 2 to 3 minutes. What do you want to say? Any motivational messages or anything you want to convey in a very simple way, something related to celebration or a moment of joy, how to celebrate anything. But that message in such a way that goes into the mind of the people. Because as I say, we set the tone of the meeting, followed by the Toastmaster of the day. So it is very important for us to give a proper message to the club. And don't forget to include Toastmaster International history, like how our Ralph C. Smedley has started this Toastmaster International movement. What is the core objective of Toastmaster International? These kind of 2 to 3 words. Every meeting, the president need to repeat that. So that will be definitely helpful for the guest also know about the organization as a whole. Then, as I told you, business session may follow immediately the president's address or after the break also. Whatever be your meeting culture, based on that, the business session need to be conducted, and to see to that everything ends on time. We don't drag for a longer period. And during the business session, you want to say something about the district, any new announcement, we can do that. And after all the meeting is over, we need to ask the guest or the new member, how do they feel? How the meeting was? All that. And any member is achieving any level completion or something, or any other achievements that can be announced at the end of the meeting, then the meeting has to be adjourned. Any doubt up to this? Or any other changes or any other different way any clubs are conducting meeting? You can share that also. That will be a knowledge for us. DTM Priscilla?
Yeah, sorry. Let me, okay.
Or Toastmaster?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Just the previous slide.
This one?
The way we go about is we first introduce the guest,
Okay.
that being to make the guest inclusive of the entire process. So we introduce the guest and then we call the meeting to order. After that, of course, adopt the president's address, and then we adopt the agenda, being the last in the, after conducting the business session, then we adopt the agenda. This is how we follow. I don't know about other clubs.
Okay. So the standard procedure we follow.
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Otherwise, I'm sure everything is fine.
Okay, good. So after that, when we adjourn the meeting also, we would announce when the next meeting would be held, whether it is online, offline, hybrid, or the place, at time, everything needs to be mentioned after that. While adjourning the meeting, we need to say the next meeting would be held on so and so date. In some clubs, after that, they don't go immediately. They will sit and decide who is going to take the Toastmaster of the Day role next and how many speeches. And that is one way good, because getting a Toastmaster of the Day is a very difficult thing. So maybe you can help the VP Education immediately asking not to leave, stay there for 5 more minutes, all the members. And if anybody is willing to take up, so that we can fix some important roles also. That way you can help the VP Education. So this is another way of getting the roles filled beforehand. And outside of the club, as I told you, as a president, our role starts not only on July 1st, before that. Because after taking up the role, what document did you submit first to the area?
Club success plan.
And?
Area success plan and calendar.
And club calendar and club success plan.
Club success plan and club calendar. Was it so easy within half an hour you prepared? Within half an hour you prepare the club calendar and club success plan?
No, you have to sit with all the ExCom members and we have to decide. It took us days.
Days. Because the main challenge is when to have the club contest. And how will we, progress, complete the levels. And who is the targeted person to complete the level? We cannot just like that put the name. We need to talk to the previous VP Education or the president, get the list and compare, and we need to call the member also. I am going to give your name in November that you will be completing level 1. You have 3 more speeches left. So will you be able to complete it? Who will be doing this work? VP Education. But there are some areas we need to do it as a president. Like, when are we going to conduct a club contest? Are we going to conduct any special program like YLP, Youth Leadership Program, or Moments of Truth, or Open House, or Speechcraft? When is the start date? When is the end date? Is it clashing with our club contest? Are we going to conduct any special workshop for our members? So all these things are going inside the mind of the president. And how are we going to get the fund for it? Are we going for an online meeting for this, all this special? Are we going to conduct in a physical meeting? How will we get the members? So we cannot just fill, September I will conduct YLP, November I will conduct Speechcraft, December I will conduct club contest, and January put open house. Okay, everything, let it be there. And next you put the Moments of Truth. Is it possible?
No.
No, it is not possible. Before that, there are so many things have to be decided. Are we going to conduct Speechcraft? Who will be the chief coordinator? Whether the person would be accepting that role. And if it is a YLP, whether we will be getting at least 15 members. We need to develop the second line of leaders. Who are the second line of leaders? So in my club, out of 20 members, almost 15 of us completed chief coordinator role, either in YLP or this thing. Other 5 are new members. So whether the old member who had already completed willing to take the chief coordinator role? No. The new member is capable of doing it? We need to check. So all these things will go in your mind before you prepare the CSP and the club calendar. So that requires a lot of brainstorming session, or with the VP Education or with the executive committee. After that only. So that is the reason I said it doesn't start. It is your role not restricted only to the club meeting. There are so many things going on after the meeting session also. So these are all the things we need to take care of it. And schedule and chair executive committee meeting. At least 5 or 6 meetings we need to have with our executive committee, and that needs to be minuted. We need to get their opinion before we go for all this. Once it is decided, then that has to be informed through your business session to other member also. There your founder or mentor or senior executive members will sit and they will oppose and they will give a different kind of opinion. Then you need to go for voting. I hope up to this, we all would have faced all these kind of issues, and sometimes we would have decided to conduct our youth leadership program in July, August, but our senior members would oppose. For the past these many years, we were conducting only in October. Why this time July? So you should have a proper answer for that. And senior members are the asset. Their experience would definitely help you to sail through many of the problems. So when you stuck somewhere, your immediate resources, ask your executive committee. They may help you. Otherwise, call your mentor or a sponsor, or you go to your area director, because he's the next step forward. Area director would definitely help us in some kind of a resources or things like that. So there are so many doors are open. It is only you have to go and knock it to find the right mix of things. So oversee the entire club and administration, including the club fund. Whether the club fund is used properly, whether the report is the finance report is circulated in the club executive committee properly, you need to oversee it. And we will have a budget for each meeting or each special meeting, whether we are well within the budget. This is also the responsibility of the president. As I told you, advanced club member achievement. For each level completion or for each leadership role, the member taken outside the club, area, district, that has to be appreciated in the club group or by phone call. You are the first cheerleader of your member. I have seen in many clubs, some members would have achieved something and there won't be not even a thumbs up or not even a clap. So that is not, even the senior members, sometimes they will go for a presentation or they would have taken a role in a debate in another club. That also, we might think that he has got so much of years of experience, he doesn't need my appreciation. It is not that way. It has to be noted. We should recognize them. At least in a club meeting, club group, anything is posted, you should see at least 5, 7 appreciation messages, 8 appreciation, including the immediate past president. Then others will also follow. Why? It is kind of a boost or a tonic, for the members to go further. He or she may have a kind of self-doubt, whether I have done it properly or not. So your appreciation goes a long way for them to march forward. So this has to be done in entire club group, whether it is a Facebook, Instagram, or same message you have to appreciate in a different platform also. Don't hesitate. Do it. Oversee the executive committee role. And I think our attendance have been shared in the group, and I request all the members to mark your attendance and also take a screenshot of this. Sometimes after that the organizing committee would say that if they didn't receive the attendance sheet, you can at least share the screenshot of it. So I'll give you a minute time for all of you to mark your attendance as well as to take screenshot. If you're not a president, you're not doing the president role, just attending the meeting, then you don't have to mark the attendance. Okay, I'll continue. So club budget, club success plan, and club calendar. Follow this is a very important thing because we have spent so much of time to prepare a club success plan and the club calendar. It is our responsibility to oversee it whether we are achieving all this as per our plan. So sometimes we may not able to achieve as per plan also because we have put one member to complete the level. We may not able to complete it. And sometimes some 3 or 4 people, this situation we faced last time during the COVID, one very, very senior member of 8 members, they relocated to India and they didn't want to continue the Toastmasters, which was unexpected. And suddenly losing 8 experienced member is a very difficult task for any club to bring in new member, to train them to achieve your DCP goals. So when you face this kind of a situation, what will you do? Have any of you faced this kind of a situation earlier? Losing prominent members, and whoever we are targeting, they are leaving the club and going. So we should always have some kind of a backup plan. Maybe we can motivate the members who had already completed DTM to purchase new path and continue with their pathways. So these kind of a motivation tactics you can use with your already completed DTM, Distinguished Toastmasters, so that they will be helpful for you to achieve your club goals also. So these are all some areas you can, as a president, you need to monitor all those things, at least take up your club success plan and calendar, whether we are going as per plan, where we are facing difficulties. All these things have to be sorted out if you review your executive committee, these kind of documents very often. And how to fulfill these responsibilities? As I told you, these are all the way you can fill. By motivating, by monitoring, by taking accountability, responsibility for the entire club growth or the success plan or the progress. So how will you each action would be completed? By monitoring or to have a very good relationship with your executive committee as well as with your member. who is available to help you? Apart from your executive committee, who is
Members.
available to help you?
Immediate
Members.
past
Uh,
area director.
District.
Yes.
Area
Immediate
director.
area director. Yes. Toastmaster Vikram.
And the district trio.
Yes.
The club advisors. In our club, no timber talkers. We
Club
always have a
coaches,
place
club
for.
coaches.
Yeah, we have our own advisors. The senior members, we put them in an advisory committee so that they keep guiding us.
Good. Very good. So we do have an advisory committee. Either immediate, as Toastmaster Asha said, immediate past president is a very good resource because they would have faced all those problems. They will say that it's only to listen to them and use your own idea of handling things. But that's a real source, a resource, These are all the problems they faced last year. But each person, each leader has a different way of handling things. So we need to have our own identity and our own way of doing things. So get all those information and handle whatever the problem you are facing in your way. So some leaders are very go-getter. Some of them will deal it in a very soft way. So whatever be your method, we need to do it in a way that doesn't affect any of the members' dignity or with a respectful way, with utmost integrity. Some of the members in executive committee also, one member would be complaining about the other person, thinking that we will keep it in our this thing. So these are all the integrity plays a very important role. So we listen to all of them. At the same time, we will not reveal one person's problem to other person because with utmost confidence they had said everything to us. So we need to deal it in very tactfully. Tactfully we need to deal and to solve the problem without putting these two people or two members in direct fight or whatever it is. So it is very important to handle each member with some of the members wouldn't like the way we are dealing also. Maybe they're the past president or they might feel that we are too soft or too aggressive or we are not handling that role properly. Even then, you are the president for that member also. We need to listen to them. They take the opportunity in the business session to voice their opinion. We need to listen to them with utmost sincerity, with respect. And whatever available resources, whatever idea we have, we need to explain to them in a very dignified and respectful manner. We should not get angry or we should not go for a fight with that particular person. This is very important. This is very important when we take up the role as a president. So some of the resources are available and we need to attend this kind of executive committee meeting. As I said, we are the face of the club. Only the president would be attending the District 20 executive committee. Create a kind of a networking. Talk to other presidents. Find out what kind of a problem they are facing. So they will help you when you need many judges, when you need a very good general evaluator, or when you need some kind of a presenter. This kind of a networking skills will definitely help you to ask them and go for some kind of a help from other club presidents and VP education or area directors and all. Public relations material PRM is doing, but at the same time, it is our responsibility also to verify whether all the materials are uploaded in your Facebook page or Instagram page, because from WhatsApp, people will periodically delete entire objects. So if it is already uploaded in your site or a Facebook or Instagram, it will be there for at least some time, some 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So you can immediately retrieve all those materials also. And to see to that all these achievements or the club flyers are uploaded in this whatever the sites, and encourage them to achieve some kind of award, PRM award or member award, to strive for it, meme award. So many awards are there. Periodically in the business session, we need to motivate, point out, you are doing a very good job. You have got a very good skills to, writing skills. Why don't you try for a meme flyer? Why don't you try? So call them, talk to them, encourage them to achieve more award. Each members are achieving more award means it is a joy for the president to see that your club is achieving more. Your members are recognized. Your members are going places. Own them. Own their award. You own them as if you have earned everything. Celebrate their small achievements. That goes a long way. As I still remember my past president, say 6 years back, same way somebody will remember you. See, Toastmaster Asha has helped me this way. She appreciated me. She motivated me. So now I am here. Toastmaster Priscilla helped me how to do the proper evaluation. So I have reached here. So that is finally we are going to gain in this Toastmasters. Creating more leaders, creating more speakers. That is in your hand. By talking to them in a nice way, motivating them heartfully, and helping them to achieve, really help your club to retain all the members, bring in new members. So what are all the skills you will learn? Team building and delegation, critical thinking, networking, relationship building. This is what I really cherish in my Toastmaster journey. Relationship building. Some of the Toastmasters will be you will have a friendship beyond Toastmasters, this club meeting, you will get some good mentor, good friend during your Toastmaster journey. Become a good motivator and succession planning, creating more leaders. So these are all the resources available for us in the Toastmasters. Some of the resources I can also share in the group. Any other questions? Anything you want to share your experience or any doubts? Whatever possible, whatever I know, I can explain. Or I can get we can learn from other leaders also. Toastmaster Ilangovan. He was a past area director, leader.
Yeah, it's a wonderful session. Only thing I want to know is what is the most important activity that president should take? Because president has so many activities is there. So what is your point of view? What is the important key function the president to take care in the club meetings?
As a president, what I felt, than achieving DCP points of 9 or 10 points, to bring all the members to the meeting room. To bring all the members to the meeting room, give them proper recognition and appreciation, respect. Then automatically it's a DCP, your point is a byproduct of your this. Bring the member, ask them to perform, give them the proper recognition, then other thing will follow. So this is what I find it. Yes, Toastmaster DTM Priscilla.
Sorry to interrupt. Toastmaster Ilangovan, what our president right now, Toastmaster Namiti, does is, you can't hear me?
No, we can.
Okay.
We can.
So what our current president, Toastmaster Namiti, does is, apart from, as Toastmaster, as DTM Sunita said, it's about bringing the members to the meeting. So he does a one-on-one meeting with each and every member. So he spends his Saturday taking 4 members at a time. He speaks to 4 members, encourages them to come to meetings and be a part of meeting. And on the Saturday, that is before the meeting day, he taps on the members who are not coming. So the Saturday after the meeting, he taps on the members who came and encourages them and on their achievements, on doing well. And the Saturday before the meeting, he taps on those who are not attending. And that has really yielded good benefit for us, because members who could not come are now started to come to our meeting. So this was what our president does right now.
Exactly. And also during the meeting, the president, after the president's speech, he just sits there. But we are not simply sitting there. We need to observe. We need to observe them, how the new members are feeling. They're feeling scared, or they are feeling left out, or they are feeling happy. So if you feel that, if you continuously watch some member, I felt this out of my experience. One of the senior member was not given any role, because when we ask for a role, the senior member will not give the name as a timer or a speaker, because already completed DTM. And every meeting would come and sit and not sometimes get a table topic, sometimes wouldn't get anything, and other apart from any other business, that time speak 1 or 2 words. When I became the president, I observed this for the 2 or 3 meetings. Then I felt we need to involve him. We need to get him, because now he is feeling left out. That person is feeling left out. How to bring that person as an active member? Give some kind of a role as a presenter, as a motivator, as an inspiring speech, so they will also get involved. Motivate them. Why don't you do the TMOD role in a different way? Because with all your experience, how you can do that? So we need to bring all of them on board. Nobody should feel left out. So that is a very important thing. So if you feel that, if you go through our dashboard and see, whichever club has retained many old member, existing member, is a thriving club. In some of the club, new members come, join, they leave after 6 or 8 months, again join, no. We need to have the old member as well as to bring the new member, and they need to have a kind of harmony between them. So these are all the things I feel is a very important for a president, because your role will end within a year. But whatever the benchmark you set will remain there. So,
Trainer, could you please check with the people that they mark the attendance, or not? If not, they do it.
So how will we know that all of them have marked?
Just ask them that, okay, if
we
not,
sent a message to you. Submitted.
Yeah, please. Please, I hope only 12 of them are here. So I hope everybody has. Can you please show thumbs up so that I know that all of them have attended? Okay. Good. Okay. So I hope you have taken a screenshot also. Yes. Any other views or any other question? President Velavan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
can you be president of 2 clubs at the same time?
Yeah, we can, but the responsibility would be more. We can take, because once I was a VP education as well as the president of another club. So it was like, full-time job. Both the roles, I had to spend at least 2 to 3 hours.
And in an ExCom committee, and yeah.
You can take up, but it's all depends the time of you are working, and you have very less time. I don't think we can do justice to, you have
give the opportunity to another member to be present.
Yeah, true. We can maybe one at a time would be much better, so that we can give full concentration to that role. I was forced to take up both the role because there was nobody was willing to. But I found it is very difficult, and I had to work at least 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours before the meeting. And every week I was having a meeting. It's really tough. Instead, if you take only one role, as a president, there are a lot to learn, lot to do, lot to contribute to your club. So if you want to do it in a very, with 100% thing, it's better to have one big role like area director and president, or in some other club you can take a subcommittee role also, so that you will learn what you have wanted to do. In the next, we can take a subcommittee role so that we can step in when the person is not available. And it is very important
because right now, many people, many people now can manage only one club, can't manage more than one club. They request, yeah, please come and join our club, please come and join our club. And really, there's no time. There's no time. Being president in one club itself is a full time, not only
Yeah.
3 hours, 24
True.
by 7. Yeah. Sometimes more than your job in your hospital, you're doing more job for the Toastmasters.
True, true, true. Yeah. And especially we need to meet some target and all, no, like club contest, area contest, or the workshop and all. You are on. We need to oversee everything. And the club is conducting any special program like youth leadership and speechcraft. The finale is a big responsibility. We need to plan for a week, a month in advance to get all these members on board to do that. It's a kind of full-time job only. So, and I wouldn't suggest to take president role in 2 club, of course.
No.
And it is
No way.
yes. And who else is there?
Also, family involvement. I had suggested we will get some more family, like outside the Toastmaster, family get-togethers among Toastmaster clubs. You know?
Yes.
So then the family also will know the other Toastmaster members, because most of the time you're into the Toastmasters and they don't know who we are interacting with.
True.
So then like just organize few like family get-togethers along with this,
Yeah. And DTM Anil is here in the group, and would you like to share some of your experience, sir?
DTM Anil is which club?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
good morning, good
of course.
afternoon to all the leaders.
From Kuwait?
No, I am right now from India.
Oh, from India?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Okay, let me just put it on record. First of all, I would like to congratulate DTM Sunita for that wonderful presentation. Well presented and it's well organized. I would like to add a few things which could help the presidents to improve on the quality and the impression they create on the new members or the guests. What we could have in each club, they could put up a big size, or you get white sheets, and on that you could print out or create your club success plan as well as club calendar. Okay, the complete DC. So what happens when you have such things in your club, right at the entry point, and whenever you have guests coming in, and they see the whole details, that creates a total different impact on the guests.
Oh, that's a different take.
That is one part. Second part, it is also impacting on the club member. How? They see their name on the chart that they are supposed to complete level 1 or level 2. This is the target for them. Of course, it is subject to revision. That's a different story. But the important part is when you have this chart right in front of the members or right in front of the guests, it definitely impacts them. It creates a positive vibes. That is for sure. And if each and every club in District 20 adopts this system, you will have 100% change. And that change you will definitely see in the 6 months' time or maybe in a year's time. Because once that is the system, it remains. It has got a very great impact. So that's one thing. One more thing I have noticed regarding the business section. What happens if you have got a lot of items left out for the president right in the beginning of the meeting? That will little bit dampen the interest of the guest. So it is recommended, although it's not written in any books, it is recommended to have the business section in the second half.
Yes.
Okay, guests are very important for us, members are important. But a recognition and all those things have to be done. Absolutely no problem, but it could be done in the second half. The initial part is just to highlight what is Toastmasters, what is the meeting about, and introduce the theme and be crisp in the beginning so that the guests, they don't feel bored. Otherwise, they say, oh, what is this happening here? Sergeant had come, he spoke for 5 minutes. Now president is speaking for 5 minutes. Now Toastmaster of the day is speaking for 5 minutes. Then what exactly are we doing? So it gives a different impression. Now just to cut down that effect, what is the best thing? Be crisp. Leave things that you can postpone a little bit for a few minutes. That's fine. Second point is regarding the guest. whenever you invite a guest, there will be somebody inviting them, right? Get the introduction of the guest. Okay, whoever invites, you need to collect the information, and this information can be shared with the Toastmaster Day or the president, whoever is going to introduce the guest. Why this is important? We have to understand the guest who is coming for Toastmaster meeting, he will definitely not be that expert like the members. So they are hesitating to come on the stage. Okay. So just to avoid that embarrassing situation for them, in most cases, they say, no, I don't want to speak or something like that. What you can do, nicely introduce them on your own. For example, today we have two guests with us. The first guest is from so-and-so company, he's so-and-so, very crisp. Okay. And then also you mention to the guest that, okay, we'll be calling you for your feedback at the end of the meeting. So this builds more confidence in the guest rather than pulling them on the stage right in the beginning.
True. And one more thing to add on. Suppose the guest would come and sit, and the table topic master, without even thinking that, giving one topic and ask the guest to talk. So that should be avoided, and the table topic master has to be instructed in advance.
Ideally, perfectly said. Ideally, according to me, the table topic should be done in such a way that the senior Toastmaster should be invited.
Yes.
Followed by considerably new Toastmasters, and finally the guest. We need to give that comfort level to the guests, not to put them into a very difficult situations. Secondly, you should always keep a secondary question.
Yeah, for us also it happened.
Yes, that it should be very simple, not to embarrass the guest. Give it very, very, very simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. However, the person who is inviting the guest should inform the guest that, okay, it is just a short speech. Don't take too much pressure. Whatever comes to your mind, just express it. Okay. You don't have to be high tech. So this information has to be given to the guest. Otherwise, the guest will think, oh, everybody spoke so well, and what I'm going to say. It little bit dampens his enthusiasm. So we have to avoid that situation. Because at the end of the day, we are all there to help.
True. And this has happened in one club. Without even any prior notice, the guest was given a topic which was very complicated one. And the person was a GM in a company. But suddenly when he was called, he was not able to speak. He felt so bad. So I am leading a big team and I am not even able to answer a simple table topic. So some people will take it so much into their heart. He didn't turn up after that to the club.
No, he will not come also. He will not. He will run away. So
that's the reason. So this kind of a thing can be avoided. So what our president, as a president, we need to look for all those things when we are sitting inside the meeting, and we need to in a nice way tell the table all that we need to, like a reminder, we need to give them in a very nice way, because they shouldn't also feel that we are always interfering in their thing. So it's a very tactful role, actually speaking.
One more thing I would like to add, it should also be a part of the president's responsibility to keep in touch with the new members, at least for the first 3 months.
Yes.
Till they deliver the icebreaker, first or second speech after that. Because they should get that feeling that we are cared for.
True.
Apart from the mentors who are assigned for them. Because we have to keep in touch. So at least they will feel that, okay, somebody is actually taking care of us, inquiring, supporting us. So that is another way of keeping a good relationship that will give you results for long run.
Okay.
These are a few things we do practice, and I just thought of sharing it with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I hope you all like this presentation, and if you any suggestion, please tell me so that I can also improve learning from leaders like you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, DTM Sunita, just stop the recording once you are finished, and make sure all the registrations are done.
Yeah, okay. So this concludes this session. I will stop the screen sharing. So and recording, shall I stop?
Yeah, you can stop the recording.
Okay.